Alright, time to make another video. Bertha, my trusty steed, is down here watching the fish. Here's the tank. I'm going to take my seat right over here, give you a nice overview of what's going on. I've made a few changes, made a few purchases. Hopefully we'll get to see them all. But starting from right to left, all right, everything pretty much looks the same over here. I trimmed up the Kenya tree a little bit because it was hitting some of those zoas that I have over there, and they were closing. But the zoas are doing pretty good. They're starting to fill up a little bit. I got rid of that Hydroflora that was up there, and I bought this guy, this Dragonet. Look at how pretty he is. What a gorgeous fish. Now, I do have a lot of Copepods, or amphipods, in this tank. And I've had them for probably 4 months is when I first noticed them 4 months ago. And it seems like their population keeps growing and growing. And I wanted it to kind of establish, I wanted them to establish themselves pretty well before I did purchase a fish like that. So I'm hoping that they are regenerating within the rocks, and you know, the population can sustain a fish like that who only eats amphipods and copepods. But besides that, I got rid of the Hydroflora that was up there. I don't know if you remember in my other video, I had a big block of Hydroflora, which was a pretty enough coral, but it really didn't fit in this tank. It was very aggressive. I couldn't put anything near it. It needed a lot of light. So I brought him back, and I picked up this pretty acro. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it's got a nice green color to it, and I'm going to give it a shot. I got that guy, and I got this Montipora, which also looked pretty, had some nice color to it, along with a Duncan coral. I had one other Duncan in here early on in the tank, early on, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 months in, and it didn't make it. That's really the only coral that I had that died. That, and I had a pulsating xenia that also died, but that died due to me not kind of setting it in a spot and leaving it alone. And I also got this toadstool, which I thought was pretty, and it's kind of small. I have them all sitting on the bottom in that temporary rack, along with a couple acans that are on their last leg. You know, the fish store said you can take them if you want them. I said I'd give them a shot. You know, they both have a little bit of color to them. I'm not sure if they're going to pull through or not, but I'll give it a shot. And so I put them all in here yesterday. I have 2, 4, 6 new corals. And I'm hoping that the SBS corals are going to end up on the top of this rock probably in another month. I'm going to let them sit down there for a while and just kind of acclimate themselves. The fish are all doing well. I think the Tang is starting to grow. She's getting bigger. And I'm hoping that she doesn't get too big too fast. Because right now she seems pretty happy in the tank. She swims a lot, and she goes into all the nook and crannies. You can see her little tail sticking out there. She's down in that little tunnel. But she does pick on the rocks pretty good. She is I think she's hiding. Yep, look at her go. Look at her pick on those rocks. So during Thanksgiving, I left my lights on for 4 days straight. And when I came back, I had hair algae everywhere. And I've since kind of gotten it under control a little bit, but there's still some in there. You can see there's a little bit on that rock, but it was bad when we got back. And then the top of this rock was loaded with hair algae. So I've kind of been going easy on the feeding, and I've been trying to do a lot of water changes and just trying to keep the water nice and clean. And everything seems to be doing fine now. I think I caught it just in time, but the bird's nest is really growing pretty well. Maybe what I'll do is turn off my pumps, and I'll let you guys see it from the top, because it does look so nice from the top. So I'm turning that guy off, and then I turn off my filter, and maybe I'll even turn off the protein skimmer. so that everything will be nice and still from on top. But this is the top view, and you can see it's looking very clean. I cleaned it yesterday, scraped the glass. And there's Mrs. Susan, the cleaner shrimp. She was the size of, I don't know, maybe she was an inch when I got her, and now she's starting to get a little aggressive, and she's kind of taking food away from everyone, believe it or not. I never ever thought that a cleaner shrimp would be like that, but you know, I don't see her hurting anyone, but she's all over the place. But there's the bird's nest.